Dwayne Johnson versus Skyscraper and coming of age story 8th grade. Also, Hotel Transylvania 3 summer vacation.
I'm Pioneer Side Investment, John Walsh. I am all about helping the folks who really need it the most. I want to be somebody who can take information, though, and give it to you so you can be protected. I think the biggest compliment I've ever gotten is keep doing what you're doing. Keep going after the people who aren't fixing our roads. Keep going after the crooks who are trying to take advantage of us. Keep holding the city officials accountable. Keep track of those tax dollars. I trust the truth.
Healthcare costs keep soaring, but for 42 years, Mike DeWine has stood with the insurance and drug companies driving those costs up. Those companies filled DeWine's campaign war chest as he allowed them to raise drug costs and voted to cut Medicare funding. DeWine even spent his first day as Attorney General suing to allow insurers to deny coverage. For 42 years, Mike DeWine has chosen the big insurance and drug companies over us. A Stronger Ohio is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing this morning? Doing good? You guys ready for some fun? Yeah.
Kobe Bryant spending some time with the kids at Children's Hospital Orange County, where he hosted the latest installment of his podcast, The Punies, which teaches kids sportsmanship and other life lessons. Well, the guy has been thriving since leaving basketball. Let's go back to Scott, who just caught up with Kobe.
You guys, thriving is the perfect word to describe Kobe's life off the court. Now, this year, he won an Oscar and a Sports Emmy. I sat down with the Laker legend to talk about his busy life, and he started with the possibility of him joining the newest Laker in town, LeBron James, who's set to star in Space Jam 2. Everybody is talking about it. When you bring LeBron to Hollywood, you got now LeBron, Kobe, Space Jam 2. How do we get you cameo something in Space Jam 2? Like, wouldn't that be like iconic? Would you know I was talking about something else?
No, listen.
Did you think I was talking about something else?
No. Space Jam is it's a great, segue there, man. I gotta be honest, man. Being in front of the camera for me was something that never excited me.
Really?
Never.
I have to drive a homemade car down a very steep hill.
For now, Kobe is content working behind the camera, producing and taking an active part in writing The Punies.
My biggest fear was like, man, is this a hopeless thing to suck, man? It's different. Like when you play sports, you play basketball. It's like, seriously, like you play basketball, the ball goes in it, you either win or you don't. Right? Like it's no objectivity. Yes, man. So with this, I'm sitting there and I'm laughing. I'm like, am I the only one screwing? Like, what's the story?
Did you play it for your girls? Did you play it?
I did. And they loved it, right? So okay. I was like, I feel better. And I go down, lay down, to go to sleep at night. I'm like,
did they gas me up though?
Maybe they're the only ones that can enjoy it though. Man, I gotta go back and check it again. Let me re-edit.
Kobe and wife Vanessa have 3 daughters, 15-year-old Natalia, Gianna, who's 12, and 15-month-old Bianca. Inspiration came from them and from the 1993 family classic, The Sandlot.
Every 4th of July, barbecue burgers, watch The Sandlot.
What's the line? Give me your go-to line.
My wife hits me a lot, but she tells me all the time, she goes, you're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls.
She hits me with that all the time.
You're killing me, Smalls.
If I try to take a picture, you know how you get it. Take a picture and I show the picture. She just says, you're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me. I know you got a book coming out, Mambo Mentality.
Yeah.
Mambo Mentality, where you talk about your approach, your training. How would you define Mambo?
Mambo himself, the character for Mambo was to help me get into character from when I played basketball. At home, I could be a human jungle gym with my kids, be a teddy bear. But now when I step into Staples Center, I got to lock in.
Ever possible to get you back on that court?
I'm really comfortable in what I'm doing. Like, I control my own schedule.
Yeah.
I can coach my daughter. I can be present at all of my eldest daughter's volleyball games. I drop them off in the morning. I pick them up in the afternoon. So, zero. I have no inclination or no desire to play basketball.
He's super dad, too, as well as super Kobe. 3 daughters. That's awesome. A lot. Okay, well, straight ahead is the Battle of the Brothers. Our little game gets quite a few surprises. Adam Drew and Jonathan Scott. You're going to want to hear their answers. Stay right here.
This is actually under your budget.
Yeah, when you move in, Geico could help you save on renter's insurance.
Yep, Geico helped me with renter's insurance too.
Walls seem a bit thin.
They are, and Craig practices the accordion every night.
Says the guy who sings karaoke by himself.
I'm a very shy singer.
You're tone deaf.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next one?
It's a great building. You'll love it here.
We have mixers every Thursday.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance. This Thursday, next Haunted Halloween. Give your family more laughs
Someone's gonna win a costume contest.
and more goosebumps.
That is my new favorite book.
Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween. Rated PG.
The drug plan Richard Cordray supports is frightening.
If you're not scared, you should be.
If Cordray gets his way, Ohio would have some of the most lenient drug laws in America. Cordray's plan would let drug dealers out early.
Putting them back on our streets.
That's a serious threat to your personal safety. It means more crime, more break-ins.
More robberies.
Take it from me. From me. From me. Richard Cordray's policies are dangerous.
Say no to Richard Cordray. By the way, can I point this out?
Mine's
This is
terrible.
kind of the best thing of all time. I don't know if you can.
I kind of wish that I took one of the ones just to do.
How did we get them together? I don't know. It's a little love nest. It's on the tabloids.
We can dream. Property Brothers Drew and Jonathan Scott giving us an easy way to build a birdhouse today on Access Live. More great tips like that are found in their new kids book. It's in the back of it. Builder Brothers Big Plans. They're really fun.
They are. Well, newlywed Drew, he's building a life with his bride, Linda. They were married on May 12th of this year in Italy. Well, Jonathan remains single, but what else do we know about these two? We played a little game to sort it all out. Battle of the Brothers. Who kissed the girl first? You know this, because he's the romantic.
Well, it was you.
I was fairly awkward when I was younger with girls until out of high school. It was like watching a Ben Stiller character. He was so brutally awkward.
And who manscapes more?
Well, I lasered, so I don't have to bother with all.
Do we need to show the legs?
What?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, put your leg up. Hold up.
No hair.
I have like no.
It's like a chihuahua.
It's because I'm a professional swimmer, guys. I mean, I need no hair on my body.
Moving right along.
Okay, who was the first one to have an alcoholic beverage?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I remember, actually, the very first time Drew ever had a drink, we were on a cruise ship, and it went bananas, and he all of a sudden was on the dance floor with no clothes, just his underwear on. And he's dancing, we're like, okay, you're cut off, buddy.
When you're in the Caribbean, you don't have to wear clothes to the club. Very true.
How old were we? Do we need to know?
Well, no, that wasn't the first time I had alcohol. We actually, because we were tall, we actually started going to the club. You had to be 19 where we lived in Vancouver, and we started going to the club when we were like 16. Don't do that, children.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just because we got away with it. Yeah. So.
With your height. Who told your parents more lies?
100%. There's the evil twin. There's the evil twin, and then there's me. I'm an angel.
I like to think of myself as the creative twin.
Yeah, there it is.
The rebel.
Mischievous.
The little bit.
Limber mind.
Yes.
Who's the biggest mama's boy?
Well, Drew talks to mom and dad video. Like, I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like FaceTime. He FaceTimes every single day.
It's not a lot.
I call mom.
Just to see your face.
They're good boys all around them. You know that.
Those are nice guys.
Coming up, the best thing we've seen today, Taylor Swift honors a very heroic fan. We're going to tell you what he did for a woman in desperate need. Truly remarkable.
All right, guys, but first, how about another game? Terry Washington, who's starring on Broadway in the play American Son, takes a little pop quiz from Marie Claire.
Word that makes me cringe. Roaches. Oh my gosh. Favorite dance move? I like to salsa and merengue, particularly with my dad. That's like our fun thing to do. Ready? Set.
Tomorrow on Access,
The kiss had to happen. That was real.
lovely Rita Ora Unplugged, The Kiss, the tell-all about Cardi B, and her close encounter with Prince Harry.
And I'm just like freaking out.
That's tomorrow on Access.
I'm Dave Joyce, and I approve this message.
Betsy Rader wants a government takeover of healthcare, and it's going to cost you. It would kick you off your health plan and cost over $32 trillion. That's nearly $100,000 for every man, woman, and child. Betsy Rader's plan means much higher taxes. Rader would double your federal taxes, and it still wouldn't be enough to pay for her plan. Betsy Rader's healthcare scheme would cost way too much.
As a top federal prosecutor, Steve Dettelbach cracked down on a drug company for illegally pushing opioids, winning millions for taxpayers. We deal with the opioid epidemic every day, and I trust Steve Dettelbach to help solve it.
Steve Dettelbach put away the bad guys.
Dozens of human traffickers, terrorists, put heroin dealers behind bars,
and corrupt politicians from both parties. Because Dettelbach has your back.
Steve Dettelbach
Has your back.
Cops like me trust Steve Dettelbach.
Because Steve Dettelbach's got your back.
The prosecutor for Attorney General.
Our drinking water was at risk. When Washington bureaucrats tried to dump contaminated sediment into Lake Erie, Bob Gibbs stopped them because he puts Ohio families first. Bob Gibbs cut taxes so families could keep more of what they earn. He voted to make health insurance more affordable. And Bob Gibbs protected every patient with pre-existing conditions. Republican Bob Gibbs, standing strong for Ohio families.
I'm Bob Gibbs, and I approve this message.
Access wherever you are, whenever you want it. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
I still see the pain in my dad's eyes when he talks about the loss of my sister Becky. Family is at the core of everything Mike DeWine does. That's why he's always protected Ohio's families. It's why he supports healthcare coverage for people with pre-existing conditions. It's why he sued the drug companies for causing the opioid crisis. And it's why he tested every last rape kit to get justice for victims. My dad has a caring heart, and we need that now more than ever.
Healthcare costs keep soaring, but for 42 years, Mike DeWine has stood with the insurance and drug companies driving those costs up. Those companies filled DeWine's campaign war chest as he allowed them to raise drug costs and voted to cut Medicare funding. DeWine even spent his first day as Attorney General suing to allow insurers to deny coverage. For 42 years, Mike DeWine has chosen the big insurance and drug companies over us. A Stronger Ohio is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Closed captioning and other consideration for access provided by...
This is an invisible liner from Smile Direct Club. It takes teeth like these and transforms them into those. Join more than 250,000 satisfied grinners for only $80 a month at SmileDirectClub.com.
Find a world of inspiration. Unique selection. Unbelievable prices. Home Goods. Go finding.
With Advil, you'll ask, what sore muscles? What pounding head? Advil is relief that's fast. Strength that lasts. You'll ask, what pain? With Advil.
Far from ordinary, and now far closer than you ever imagined. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
Guys, you ready for the best story of the day? All right, Taylor Swift posing backstage at her concert on Friday with 24-year-old pizza delivery guy. His name is Joey Grundle. He is being called a hero after helping save a woman who allegedly was being held hostage in her own home by an abusive ex-boyfriend.
All right, so Joey was delivering a pizza at the house when he noticed something was wrong. He shared his story with us today via Skype.
It was just a normal delivery. I just showed up, gave the guy's pizza. It was kind of super friendly. And then I noticed the woman standing behind him, at one point pointed to a black eye that she had, and then mouthed the words, "Help me," to me. And then called the police shortly after. That's kind of where I kind of froze, and I didn't want to give away what I saw, so I just kind of acted like everything was normal. And then the guy gave me the money, whatever, gave me a tip. So then I just kind of walked back to my car, kind of trying to act casual, and then I started driving back to the store, and then I dialed 911.
Terrific. Thank God for Joey Grundle that he was in the right place at the right time, all right? Because then police arrived. They made an arrest. The woman had been allegedly tied up. She'd been beaten by her ex-boyfriend. Now, the story caught Taylor's attention when fans told her that Joey was wearing a Taylor Swift Reputation hoodie during a news interview.
Okay, well, here's another good part. Joey was at Taylor's concert Friday night in Texas. He got a big surprise a few songs in. An invitation from Taylor's team came to him to meet her backstage.
I was just kind of so shocked. I'm like, is this really happening right now? She knew who I was, which is amazing to think about. She just spent time talking to me about how she was so happy that she could finally see a story that was much more heartwarming, and she thanked me for like paying attention. The way that she was talking, it was more like she met me and not that I had just met Taylor Swift.
Aww.